Hello, welcome to the program. My name is Par Prem Kumar and I'm an Associate Director of Admissions for the American University of Antigua, or AUA as it's fondly known. Today we are here with two of my fresh graduates, Dr. Fawad Hamidi and Dr. Pia Bhaumik, to talk about AUA and some of what we've been doing the past year. Let me start by telling you a little bit about AUA. AUA was started by Mr. Neil Simon, a group of doctors and other medical professionals who wanted to give an environment to students to learn medicine, which they so passionately wanted to.
Antigua is one, a beautiful location, which is attractive to people. Two, the support we get from the government and the people of Antigua, I knew would be instrumental in being able to achieve our dreams.
With the shortage of healthcare professionals looming over the US and Canada, this seemed a very correct time to start this new project. Additionally, Kasturba Medical College International Center, combined with the US Medical School based in Manipal in India with affiliated networks and supports, was an ideal location for an AUA to start their Indian campus. KMCIC's MD degree program begins in Manipal. The students transition into Antigua and they do their clinicals in the US. KMCIC gives students all the advantages of a hospital integrated program geared towards practice in the United States. This is bolstered by India's prestigious Manipal University and years of experience in the healthcare education. With 4 semesters of intensive study in India and the exposure, followed by 2 years of clinical clerkships at affiliated hospitals, KMCIC students excel locally while thinking globally. Now let me start by speaking to our new graduates, Dr. Hamidi and Dr. Bhaumik, who just graduated June 2011, and I am sure they're very excited to be starting on their new career paths. So Pia, first off, tell me, what made you choose AUA? How did you end up choosing AUA?
Well, actually, I was working at, I was just doing a temporary job. I was working for human resources for a medical manufacturing company. And I knew that I wanted to go to a graduate school. I had heard about Caribbean schools more like St. George's, AUC, Ross, things like that. I hadn't heard about AUA, and I saw an ad in a newspaper, in an Indian newspaper that was coming to my house. Yeah, and what drew me to AUA first was the fact that they were advertising the hospital integrated program, saying that from the first day of Med 1, you know, you're doing anatomy, but you're also going to the hospital. And I thought that was really important to have in the curriculum to start clinicals right away. Also, the fact that it was affiliated with Kasturba Medical College, a very well-known university in India, that also drew me to it. I applied. I ended up getting admission after a couple weeks. I packed my bags. I never looked back since. So,
wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, Fawad, I know you come from a family of doctors and surgeons, and very, very prominent surgeons and doctors at that. What drew you to Antigua? Why not one of the US medical schools?
Well, the time when I was graduating from my undergraduate school, it was kind of midway in the year, and when I looked at my options for medical school, AUA jumped out at me. Okay. And again, the hospital integration, you know, just speaking to people that I did know that were already in the school, very close friends of mine, it was kind of very close-knit, more of a family feeling there.
Right.
So, like Pia said, packed my bags and never looked back.
Mm-hmm. That's wonderful. Well, as you both know, I work in admissions at AUA. I've been with them for a while now. And things have changed. Obviously, the admission procedure, which the both of you went through, and what it is now, has totally changed. But from when you were interviewed and accepted on the program, how difficult did you find it? How daunting did you find it?
I personally didn't find it very difficult. It was more just a very relaxed conversation between a few of the interviewees and myself. And I think they took into account everything that I've done and everything that I am pursuing.
Wonderful. Now, Pia, you came to us. I know you were working before you joined us, but you hadn't been to graduate school.
No.
So
no,
basically, you joined at the pre-med level?
Yeah, well, I was started in pre-med 3.
You started in pre-med 3. What was that like for you?
It was a good experience. Dr. Moreno has a really good program there at AUA. We did a little bit of anatomy and physiology with Dr. Manju, who's also a professor that you have in the Med 1 through 4. And he's a good professor, and we had genetics. We had some classes that really prepared us for the classes that were in Med, yeah. So
you think the support that you got coming in at pre-Med 3 level was
adequate? I think so, yeah. And Dr. Moreno just definitely is a very supportive dean, so.
And you went to an island, you went to a Caribbean island to study. What was that like?
Beautiful, but I mean, you can't enjoy it to the extent as a vacation. I mean, you can a little bit, but you have to stay focused, which can be difficult because there's 365 beaches and all that stuff. but I mean, you make the best of it. I mean, we'll never get that time back where we live there on an island, you know? Make some really good friends and enjoy the time that you can after you study.
Fawad, when you got off the aircraft?
I pretty much looked at it as I look at everything in life. It's a new experience, and I took it in.
That's great. That's great. So now when you see the shots of the new campus and the new labs and the new housing.
You mean the shots that my family thought I was on vacation for 16 months?
We were never there.
No, but I did go back last year. I went to visit the new campus. I saw it as it was fresh and brand new, and it's absolutely beautiful.
It is.
Yes,
so you think the environment even now is very, very conducive to study?
I think now it's even better than it was when we were there, and they have all the resources. They have the latest technology they need. They have every resource known to man, and all their professors are right in one block of offices, and just like they were when we were there, the professors are always available.
Yes.
I haven't seen the new campus, but I like to think that we're kind of the pioneers, and we help. I mean, a little bit. I know there's students before us too, but I started in May of '06, and things were very different then. And our feedback and like our suggestions kind of formed different, procedures and policies and the way the school is today. So I think that's kind of it's something for us to be a little proud of. We came from something different.
People were definitely the pioneers, not only going to a Caribbean medical school, but to a campus which was, sort of growing at that time. So I think, the experience has been good for both of you, for you and for us.
Yep.
Right? Now, USMLE, as you know, and I think everybody knows about the USMLE, it's probably one of the toughest exams you have to face in your life. How do you think the academics prepared you for it, for USMLE 1 specifically?
I think that the classes definitely prepared us for it. It helps that we had the shelf exams.
Right.
The shelf exams were definitely a direct correlation to, and like they're actually like increasing scores for passing. I think the fact that they made the comprehensive shelf exam, mandatory to pass with a certain score really helps, because there's no point in going into a board exam if you can't, pass the shelf exam before. Right. So things like that, the new rules that they're making are definitely making it better and better for students. The passing rate is going up. Students are doing really well on board exams, So it does take a lot of dedication and self-studying. I mean, that's
my next question.
Definitely.
Self-study. Yes. When
you come back after 5th semester, it definitely takes a lot of time and dedication. But
did you find it hard, the self-study part of it?
It is hard. What's hard is that there's so much material out there, so many different courses, and at first I tried to do everything. Like I was just like, I'll do this, and this. It turns out you just need to find like 1 or 2 really good resources and just concentrate on them, learn the high yield stuff, and then that's better for success on the exam, I think.
Fawad, what about you? Give us your perspective on self-study.
Although I don't share Pia's enthusiasm on this.
Okay.
But I think the curriculum definitely prepares you. You have to work hard no matter where you go.
That's true.
Medicine is medicine.
That's right.
And self-study is a part of the word. And any physician out there who's been a physician for 55 years or for 3 days can tell you that it's all about how hard you work.
Okay.
And no matter where you go, the curriculum everywhere is pretty much the same. You read the same books, you take the same exams, and you're put up against the same challenges. But the professors that are provided for you I think we had some of the best professors.
Great.
They were a lot of fun. They were always available, and they gave us the
And they
tools we
obviously
needed.
gave you enough support,
Yeah.
through the program. That's fabulous.
They gave us the tools we needed to get to this day.
Which is fabulous. I still can't believe you both are doctors, but anyway.
We can't either.
Now, about the clinical experience. You come off the Caribbean island, you think you're prepared, you do your USMLE, and then you suddenly launched into a hospital. What was that like?
I did most of my clinicals in New York. Actually, I did them all like in Brooklyn, in inner city, and then I did one in Long Island and one in Rumsey, in Staten Island. So I've had the whole New York experience. I think that the clinical program is really good with AUA. I think that there's some amazing attending physicians, residents, interns, fellow students that you'll meet from other schools, other Caribbean schools that you work with. I think what you make the best of what you do in clinicals. I think that you can go in there and you can spend like as much time as you want, do what you want in these hospitals. It's just what you want to make out of it. And I think that, you have a lot of good support and a lot of good doctors. It's the same thing with what he was saying with the resources. Everything is available. It's what you want to take from it.
It really depends on how good of a physician do you want to make yourself. And if you realize that early, from day one, you can go as high as you want. And you can be as good as you want. And as a medical student, you have the advantage of getting your hands dirty in every field. In any specialty.
I understand both of you are planning to join ARPI and MSRF, and as you know, we work very closely with the American Association of Physicians, and we have scholarships which are offered through ARPI for students of Indian origin specifically, and I'm hoping that this relationship is going to help young doctors like Fawad and Pia to develop in this country. I have nothing more to add except that I'd like to thank both my new doctors for spending this time with us and for just supporting us and supporting AUA in all our endeavors. Let's go over to see some of the clips of our graduation ceremony from last week in New York of our new graduates.